here is the Easy Home 18-inch high velocity floor fan. Easy Home is the store brand for Aldi grocery stores. Easy Home, home environment. Adjustable tilt, 3 speeds. Oscillation. I wasn't aware of the oscillation feature until I got the fan home and started looking at it. Air circulation. So the concept, I guess, is that the air moves through the back of the fan and comes out the front. That's interesting. Something I noticed about this, a lot of high velocity fans these days, they just have like these really hyper masculine sounding names like Strong Way or Built Hard or Iron Ton, Master Force, Hyper Tough, X Power, and then you've got Easy Home. And then on the other side of the box, they put the fan in the clouds. So they're really trying to soften up the image here. They definitely don't want you to expect that this is gonna last in any kind of harsh environment. You want to put this thing on a pillow somewhere, on a soft cloud. That's pretty funny. It's like the My Pillow of fans. Pretty interesting fan though. I've already got it plugged in. It's got a grounded cord and it has a replaceable fuse in the plug. Here's the user manual, and when I picked this up at Aldi's, they did have these in both black and chrome, but I grabbed the black color because I don't think I have any black high velocity fans. I've got plenty of chrome ones and silver, but this might be the only black one that I have. Motor's kind of weird looking. Looks like it has some really cheap elements to it, but it has very good ventilation and the windings look decent. So it doesn't seem too bad. It's got what I guess is kind of a standard metal blade. I don't think it's 18 inches though. It looks more like about the size of a 16-inch table fan blade. I would guess that it would match pretty well with that. I don't think that this is, I mean, I guess it's probably 18 inches all the way from one side of the basket to the other, but the blade itself is more like, looks a lot more like a Lasco 16-inch table fan blade. It's kind of a weird fan. It has oscillation and it has push button speeds in the back. Goes from low to medium to high. Here's information. All the Batavia, Illinois, I guess would be the distribution hub. And the date 7/20/22, so fresh off the factory floor in China for household use only. They don't want this thing being used in any kind of commercial or industrial environment. I guess that's your model number there, top right. And here's your oscillation poking through the motor housing there. It's just a big plastic cup. Can't really see in there too well, but push this down, it turns on the oscillation. Push it again, turns it off. I don't really have a good feeling about these switches or the oscillation function. It just seems like cheap plastic. I mean, hopefully it holds up. I would hope it holds up, but that's the sketchiest part to me, is how long is it going to be before you go to push something and all of a sudden you hear like a pop or feel a snap, and then it's just loose. Buttons are just loose, and then you got a broken fan. I don't know, I could see that happening somehow. Other than that, it doesn't seem too bad, really. So we'll go ahead and run it. I'll start on the low speed. I'm going to turn it this way a little bit. And it is pretty quiet. And the air movement does feel pretty fluffy. It doesn't feel like high velocity. It's very comfortable, actually. Almost feels more like a, well, more like a 16-inch table fan with a nice low speed to it. That's what it feels like. Not too bad. Pretty good low speed. I really like that. We'll go to medium. Still pretty quiet. Air movement's still pretty fluffy. Just like a breeze blowing through the clouds. It's pretty nice. This is like, I mean, it is very easy home. It's like your grandma's high velocity fan. I kind of like this. Here's high speed. It's a little louder now. A little bit of vibration, but that's not bad at all. So it does move pretty good air, but it doesn't really feel like any 18-inch high velocity fan I've ever seen. It's much more like a table fan, or if there was ever like a 16-inch box fan, it might almost feel like that. Maybe a little more powerful than a box fan. Hard to say. It's not a high velocity, harsh wind stream coming out of it though. Let's see what happens when we turn on the oscillation. still pretty quiet. The noise level is much more comparable to a table fan. It's very much what it seems like a table fan in the body of a high velocity fan. I like it though, this is really nice. The only thing that's kind of sketchy to me is that how long is that oscillation feature going to hold up? I probably won't even use that. Turn it off now. Go back down to the low again. Seems like on the tower fans, especially like the cheap, generic grocery store brand tower fans, that's always the first thing to go out on those is the oscillation. And I imagine it's probably some kind of similar component. So I probably won't even use that. Definitely going to use this fan quite a bit though in the house. We're going to test it out, see how it does. Medium again. High. Not much of a difference between the three speeds. And off. Normally I would probably stay away from this brand altogether, as I usually do the store brand generic stuff, but I found an 8-inch table fan, a little plastic high velocity 8-inch fan that was an Easy Home brand fan, and that thing is ridiculously powerful. I was so impressed with that I just was determined to check out more of the Easy Home products, and this is the first one that I've come across since then. Just went into the Aldi's grocery store. I've been going in there about every 2 weeks or so, just checking to see if they put the fans out yet, and went in there yesterday and they had a bunch of fans, tower fans, little USB desk fans, probably some other fans that I didn't see. And once I saw these stacked up in the corner, kind of over by the registers, I just gravitated towards those and just grabbed one, and then didn't buy anything else, just checked out and left. And I'm pretty happy with it. There's some elements about it that are kind of sketchy. I have to worry about how durable the functionality is going to be over time. I don't have very high expectations for it, but it's definitely an Easy Home kind of high velocity fan. It's not your average high velocity fan. It is very quiet, comparable to other high velocity type of fans that I have, and it is in fact sitting in the clouds. Very fluffy kind of airflow coming out of this thing. It's blustery, it's comfortable, but it is pretty powerful too. I think that this is it's comparable to like a 16-inch table fan that has a really nice fluffy low speed to it, but then when you turn it up to high, it's also pretty powerful, but not high velocity fan. Not like, say, something like this. This thing probably moves 3 times as much air. This is a 20-inch. That's supposed to be an 18-inch, but it looks more like a 16 to me. This is a full-on 20-inch high velocity fan, and I think these were around the same price point. I would have to get back to you on that, but the Easy Home was $59.99, but on sale it was like $47.99 or $43.99. I don't remember. This one I got on sale for right around $50. So, and these are really good fans, Master Force Menards fans. These are very durable, very powerful, well worth the money. I'm not sure about this one yet. That's going to be the big question mark, is how long is this thing going to hold up for? I get the feeling it all just comes down to what kind of abuse it sees during its life. I don't think it's probably going to hold up to very much. But if you park it in a spot, don't move it around too much, run it a lot, but maybe don't use the oscillation too much, it could possibly last a long time. We're going to find out. And at some point, when I've had the chance to really test this thing out, I'll make another video of it and talk about how it's doing so far. That's the Easy Home 18-inch high velocity oscillating floor fan from Aldi. Thanks for watching.